now let me introduce finally Mrs. Cornell, our head of counseling, and I'll let her take it from here to discuss a little bit more about course offerings and the balloting process. All right, there you go, Mrs. Cornell.
Fantastic. Thanks, you guys. If I could say that there were two important things, because every year I do this Frosh orientation, I think, what are the two things I hope that my students remember from this? One is that you're in the right place. Frosh orientation, I'm glad you came because it's one of the most important nights for you. You can interact with teachers, coaches, people that you're going to meet and get to know over your 4 years. So you're in the right place. That's the first thing you did right. And then the second thing kind of ties in with what Maddie said and what Mr. Aka and Mrs. Freeman were saying, which is the idea that there are so many things here at Pitman High School. And so we want you to take full advantage of that. It's your 4 years. If you want to participate in a club or an activity or make a club or whatever you want to do, we want to make it your experience and we want to make it successful and enjoyable for you. One of the first steps is, of course, getting to know your counselor because we are here to guide you for your time at Pitman High School. So take a look at the counselors. You'll see that we do counsel by last name. We also have Mrs. Cole, who's our college and career counselor. She'll work on projects, workshops, and help getting us to the next step after high school. But know that you have us here and we're just here to guide, take any obstacles out of your way, and try to make your experience the best. So we kind of talked about, like a pathway, trying to think ahead. It's hard when you're young and you're starting out your freshman year to try to think about what's going to happen 4 years from now. But of course, you do need to think about graduation requirements and maybe a pathway that you're interested in so that you can plan your courses, make an academic plan with your counselor, taking things in the right order so that you can get everything you want out of your high school experience. So this is a copy of the graduation requirements. It's also in the course directory that Mr. Aka spoke of. So if you take a look at our course directory, you'll be able to see not only all of those great pathways and every single class we have, but also what kinds of classes do I need just to finish high school in 2025. So make sure you access that course directory. It's probably one of the most useful documents that you'll need. All right, so normally this time of year, we go out and we visit with our junior high students in our feeder schools and get to know them a little bit. So we did visit them. We just visited them virtually this year. So all of our students at our feeder schools have had access to a presentation that talks about how to complete the Google form ballot that we have and just gave them a little tour and different information about how to prepare and think ahead. So just to kind of review that tonight so that parents and guardians know what's going on. You can, like I said, go to the course directory. We really encourage students to do that. And we did give them all of that information so that you as a team can come up with what ballot will be right for your student and what courses will be right for your student. The required courses. So often kids focus on, well, what about all the cool stuff that I get to do? And I want you to get there too. But of course, there are some required things. English and math are a requirement for all of our 9th grade students. We talked a little bit about the idea that you'll ballot for these courses, but you might be feeling like, yes, I was in Honors Math 1 at the junior high. How do I get into Math 2, Honors Math 2? Or I want to go into Honors English as a freshman. How do I do that? I know I'm a strong student. I know I have the grades, test scores. So we encourage you to ballot for the class that you want, but remember that we are going to take a look at different assessments, maybe a previous course grade, teacher recommendation, because we also want to make sure that we're giving you the right fit, that you're not overwhelming yourself your freshman year. So we're going to take a look at a few criteria in addition to your request to make sure that we get you the exact class that you need. And that's little details that you can also work out with your counselor as we create that academic plan. We talked a little bit about the college and career seminar, the health and character education class. There are those opportunities to take that during the summer because it is a required course. And if you'd like to move that into a summertime situation, that's fine. It does free up another period for you next year. So just remember that that is required for graduation. So we got to fit it in somewhere. And then of course, PE is a requirement freshman year. When you're doing your ballot, you're going to notice that we tell you PE 100 is the class for most of our freshmen. There are the circumstances where a student is committed and 100% ready to do football, in which case they can indicate that on the ballot. That is the sport that we will just place you in as long as you are committed and dedicated to it. Every other sport, though, is going to require that tryout. So that's why you're going to put the regular PE, and then we'll try out. You'll come in, you'll try out for volleyball. We'll get you into the right athletics class as soon as you hit those tryouts and do your best. So that's just a little bit about what's required. And then, of course, you get to get into all the electives and the sciences and the things that you need to get to your college or career goal. So all elective lines need to be completed. You'll see lots of blanks, and you might think, well, that's more than I can actually fit in my schedule. Yeah, we want to have a full idea of what you're interested in and what you were thinking about taking. So we try our best to make a solid schedule. If we get the hint that you're a college-bound student, we're going to try to maybe get you into a science or a foreign language your freshman year. We know that, but also you can look at that by looking at the course directory, because again, the course directory is going to indicate required courses for A through G college requirements. So you're able to create the plan that you want, and we'll help guide that. So we're always going to be looking at what's in your best interest to meet the goals that you have after high school. Just please give us the best indicators that you've read the course directory, that you're really interested in this course, or that you know it's going to help get you into college. Sometimes kids want to go to a four-year college after high school and don't realize that you not only have to meet graduation requirements, but you have to meet some specific college requirements. So again, check out the course directory, make sure that your electives are not only fun, but are meeting your goals. Okay, we ask you a few extra questions on that Google form. Don't let it throw you for a loop. It's just us trying to get the best info to get you in the right spot. So one is, of course, that summer school indicator for 21st century skills. If you don't take it over the summer, no problem. It's just in your schedule for next year. There's also that box asking about A period, like Mr. Aka said, optional, up to you if that's something, so that you have 7 academic periods. We can make that work for you. Some of our classes aren't offered A period and some are. So if you happen to have a class on your list of requests that fits into the A period and you want it, please make sure you indicate that so that I give you 7 classes, not just the 6. So give us as much info as possible. One of the other special boxes that we have is asking about your foreign language skills. If you're an immersion student or a fluent Spanish speaker, please make sure you indicate that so that I can get you into the right foreign language class and make sure you're on the right path for your language skills. This is just kind of an FYI. It's one of those changes that happens. We go from junior high, where we switch courses sometimes at the quarter or semester, but in high school, our courses are year long. So I think that's why, again, kind of looking forward, you have to look ahead a year, you have to look ahead 4 years, because you're going to be in these classes each year for the full year. So if you select an elective, our plan is that you will be in there the entire year. We really can't make those schedule changes, not only because it would mess with your transcript for college, but also we make our master schedule based on what you request. So we want to make sure there's enough spots for kids interested in the courses that they want. So we will make a change if there was like the wrong level, like you were an English 10 and you're a freshman. Yeah, we need to make that change. But we want you to pick the classes that you are interested in and are appropriate, because we are going to keep you there for the year. Okay, so here's, deadlines used to be 3 p.m. at the end of the school day. Now deadlines are midnight. So the deadline for you to create that Google form and submit it to us is March 19th at 11:59. So again, we want you to reference the information tonight. We want you to meet with as many people that you can and you need to. Counselors are available, all of your coaches, your teachers. Meet with everyone tonight. Come together as a team. Come up with the best Google form ballot for your student that's incoming. Please make sure that's input into the system. You get that little response that says, thank you, we have received your response. And then, of course, as counselors, we are going to be offering some help sessions next week at the respective school sites. So Spratling, Dutcher, and Turlock Junior High School will have some question and answer sessions to finish up those last minute questions that you didn't get answered tonight. So we just look forward to you getting that in on time so we can help you on your journey.